Hey everybody, IcyCat here. Some new Pro League skins were just added into the game, and if you're interested in picking these up, you've got a few options available to you. How do they look? Are they worth your time to pick up? Let's take a review next so you can see for yourself. For some reason, my video recording was all glitchy during my first two captures in the menus, which is weird because that's never happened when I recorded footage before. Anyway, I needed to do some of these as still images as a result. Fortunately, later on you'll see recorded gameplay clips that were fine though, so you can see them in action, plus at least some of the menus worked in video. Alright, let's get started. There's several options for the Pro League skins. First up is the bundle pack. This gives you 4 skins for $5.99 US. This includes a grade 1 skin for the M590A1 shotgun, a grade 2 skin for the MP5, a grade 3 skin for the 5.56XI, and grade 4 skins for all guns in the armory. You can also buy these other ones individually, though I think the bundle value just makes sense considering you get everything. Season 1 Grade 1 can be purchased separately for 99 cents US, and it applies to the M590A1 only. So really interesting to note here is that in the picture there's a new style of foregrip shown. I mean, does this hint at things to come for new future attachments? It's hard to say, as we've seen concept art before that didn't translate into actual game content. Furthermore, the way this skin looks in the photo isn't exactly what it looks like in the game. Season 1 Grade 2 is available for $1.99 US, and applies a slightly different skin variation to the MP5s that Doc and Rook have. Season 1 Grade 3 is available for $2.99 US, and applies a yet different skin theme to Thermite's 5.56XI. Here's where I ran into an interesting problem though. I went to put the new skins on, and some were missing. So I went into the Xbox store and searched for all the Siege add-ons to make sure it had been added, and it was showing up, but one of them was saying not installed. Okay, that's weird. So I installed it, but then the other one was saying that it wasn't installed. So this time I went under Manage Games in the Xbox menu and tried to install it from there. And check this out, you can see that as I install one, the other one uninstalls. Now I have no idea what's going on here. The two culprits are the Grade 4 and Grade 2 add-ons. It won't let me run both installed at once. Grade 1 and Grade 3 seem completely unaffected. So to show you what those look like, I had to uninstall one and reinstall the other after I recorded the first footage. Recently, the PC store had a problem when the Ruby skin first came out, where they couldn't install the skin after they bought it, and they got like this refund kind of compensation thing, but it took a while to get sorted out. I don't know what's going on here. I've seen other people on the subreddit and the forums commenting that they're experiencing it too, so it's not just on my end. So as usual, when a new skin comes out, I just play terrorist hunts in the background as I talk about it. This allows me to cycle through maps and modes and weapons faster than full multiplayer matches would. Since the focus is on showcasing as many weapons as possible, gameplay is really irrelevant, and all that matters is showing how different weapons look in different environments and lighting conditions. This allows you guys to preview these skins before you spend money on them, so you can decide whether or not it's worth it for you. The menu pictures aren't always a good indicator of this, and here's a perfect example. In the purchase menu, the Season 1 Grade 1 skin looks all blue, but both in the loadout menu after you purchased it and here in gameplay, you can clearly see that it really isn't all blue. It has these darker kind of brownish blotches on it as well. And while that's cool and all, it wasn't exactly what you might have thought you were getting otherwise. Once again, the Season 1 Grade 1 skin is only available for the M590A1 pump shotgun that the SAS uses. Now let's take a look at the Season 1 Grade 2 skin for the MP5. This is all blue and silver and noticeably more metallic of a finish compared to the Grade 1 skin. In fact, of all the skins in the bundle, it's the shiniest by far. This one only applies to the 2 MP5s that Doc and Rook use. It does not apply to Mute's MP5K. That's technically a different model of MP5. This skin looks closest to its purchase menu image in color and sheen, and I would say it looks like what I would think I would get based on that image, unlike the first one. Next up is the Grade 3 skin. This one has interesting gold accents while maintaining the bluish theme found on the other skins shown thus far, though this one is more of a greenish blue in coloring. It's definitely not as shiny or metallic as the Grade 2 skin. And once again, we have a bit of a difference from the purchase menu image. There, this gun looks more of a true blue and gold, and seems far more metallic. It's not until you buy it that you see there's a fair amount of difference in both hue and sheen. Finally, we have the Grade 4 skin. This one is hard to tell when you buy it what it looks like. In the digital content tab preview in the shop, it looks sort of bluish like the other ones. But when I saw it in the Xbox store as an individual add-on, it looked more black. The Grade 4 skin is actually a rework of the Glacier skin that came out ever so briefly when Black Ice first came out. It was available under that name for a few hours before being pulled from the store, and now we see it return with a different name. And this is indeed the same skin, because I purchased several of the Glacier skins when they were first there, and they were all listed as Glacier. But when the April update came, the name changed over to the Grade 4 title in the weapon loadout menu. This is a bit of a bummer for me, because I spent a bunch of Rainbow credits on these. At the time they were available for a few hours before they got yanked, and now later for $5.99 US I can get them for every gun and kind of feel like I wasted my credits earlier when I got a few of them initially. Sure, the $5.99 is a good value, but the Glacier skins were originally 720 credits a pop and were pretty expensive as a per gun basis. It might be nice if they threw a bone to those of us that invested in a few of these initially, because we had no idea what was going to happen with these being taken down and repurposed and bundled for a 40-to-1 price ratio when we bought them. Now I get 40-to-1 because they say that's how many guns this bundle covers, and at 720 credits for one at a time versus $5.99 for all of them now, that's about how I see it. So here's my thoughts on these. They're cool premium skins if that's what you're into, but I think they need to do a better job of giving you much more accurate preview pictures of what these premium skins look like before you buy them. Every skin in the in-game shop can be previewed on a gun before you buy it. Now that's awesome, but the premium skins cannot be previewed in this way. In one way, it's not their fault. There's something about Microsoft and Sony where they have to handle these premium skins through the console shops, and the digital content tab is just sort of an interface to get to that. As such, it's not the same as the in-game shop. But on the other hand, then I think they owe it to us to have much more accurate representations of what you'll be buying in these photo still images. Only the Grade 2 skin looks pretty much exactly like what you get based on these pictures. If it wasn't for a skin review video like this, you'd have no idea what it actually looked like before you bought it. Furthermore, when you buy premium skins, there needs to be a better testing process to make sure delivery works. There's the problem with not being able to install all the add-ons in this bundle at once. PC players couldn't validate the Ruby skin when it first came out and took weeks to get fixed. Some of the CTU bundles, like the ones for GSG-9 or Spetsnaz, caused the front half of the weapon to become invisible, and those were high-priced Rainbow credit-only skins. GSG-9 one seems fixed now, but Spetsnaz CTU bundle was still acting up not too long ago, and maybe still is. I'm not sure, I didn't actually pick that one up. I love that the microtransactions are for cosmetic items only. That's great, but when people drop that money, they need to have a usable product to show for it. In this case, the product is weapon skins, though granted, product is a bit of a misnomer, but we'll use it anyway. We know there's some kind of headgear skins coming down the road for Season 2 content, and you sure don't want to be spending money on that and have an invisible head or skin that just doesn't show up or whatever after you paid for it. Whatever the testing process is, they need to figure it out and get a handle on it. One interesting thing that kind of went under the radar is that the textures on in-game weapons and character models all seem more vibrant and saturated now. At first I wondered if it was just my TV, but everyone I ask says the same thing, so it seems like they increased that a bit even though it wasn't mentioned in any of the update patch notes. I'd say that's an overall positive in most cases, although some skins like Ruby that were kind of bright before are now really saturated. I'm glad to see the bundle pack including so many weapons for the same approximate price of a single 720 credit Tier 5 skin. There's much more value this way. I wonder if we'll see the other grades in this bundle get expanded down the road. Grade 4 is for all guns, and yet grades 1 through 3 are for specific models. Furthermore, it's interesting to see them adopt skins that specifically support the Pro League scene. It allows players that are into that to sort of throw in some very indirect support towards that if that's their thing. It might even be interesting to see if there will be some kind of team-specific skins at some point down the road as a way of showing support for individual teams. Well, that wraps up the coverage of the Pro League skins that just came out. Tomorrow, I'll be covering the Topaz Gem skin that was also released at the same time. So check back if you want a preview of that. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. You can also follow me at IcyCat25 on Twitter or IcyCat on Facebook to stay up to date on the latest for all the news, info, tips, tricks, and more for Rainbow Six Siege. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.